Until Death, The Diary of Molly Sidon, a Mysterious Geek production. Episode 2. Featuring the voices of Geekums, Pokejedservo, LightningBolt, Cheeto Bandito 81, and Ed Marable. January 22nd. Today was rather scary, to say the least. I feel like going into one of the corners of the room and roll into the fetal position for a few hours. This morning, I needed to go upstairs and get some food to eat, and I decided to grab a field hockey stick from the gym while I was at it. I approached the door with great anticipation. No way. And found it was locked. Fortune's on my side, isn't it? Now, I'm not the one to cuss, but after finding that door inaccessible, I screamed the foulest words for about 10 whole minutes. On my way back from my safe room, I encountered a really disturbing scene down about 2 yards away from the girls' bathroom. There was a young man, let's say around the age of 15 or 16, who was beating a young woman's dead body with a 2-foot lead pipe. I couldn't see him that well, because it was dark and I was watching him from behind a wall. But from what I did see and hear, he was a complete psycho. He was laughing and talking to himself as he beat her, gawking loudly as blood spurted to the walls around him. Was he the one that killed her? Or was he just hitting the body for kicks and giggles? Either way, I surely wasn't going to find out. So, I willed myself away from the scary sight and moved on ahead. However, from where I was, it was an intersected hallway, and where I had to go would surely get in the way of his vision. If he happened to look my way, he'd most definitely see me, in which he did.
Who's there? I'll get you, just like I did to the others. I'm not afraid of you.
Oh crap. At that point, I bolted as fast as my small legs could go, frightened for my 16-year-old life. When I got back here, I broke down into tears. I wondered what I did wrong to receive this fate. You're probably wondering why I just don't leave if I'm so scared. Well, for your information, I crashed the car. On my way here, there was a scary figure on the road, and out of instinct, I veered the van away from it and to the right, landing into a stone wall. I was alright, suffering only from a huge headache and a couple of scratches here and there. From there, I had to sprint to school for about 10 minutes. It sucked especially since I had sports asthma, but what can you do? I finally made it and found the front doors blockaded from inside. Relief washed over me because I knew there were survivors inside. Sure enough, as I banged on the door with all my might and screaming for someone to let me in, an older teacher opened it and sighed happily.
Come on in. Sir, I'm glad to see there are more survivors outside of this hellhole.
I helped him put the chairs and tables back in place against the doors. He then guided me to a staff room where 7 more people were waiting. 4 of them were young kids, one of them being my friend, and 3 others were teachers. All of them seemed tired and as freaked out as much as I was.
Oh, Molly, I'm so happy you're alive!
They welcomed me into their group with open arms, and we all told our stories of how we got to where we were.
And then my wife killed herself. So I came here thinking it was a good place to hide.
We had plenty of food from the downstairs cafeteria, and the staff room was comfortable with couches and whatnot. It was like our own little paradise amid this tragedy in our lives. Well, it was perfect until our barrier was broken through. At night when we were all asleep, I awoke to a loud and sporadic banging coming from the front doors of the building. I leapt up and out of the room, watching as the doors flew open from a crowd of zombies and a large, disgusting monster that stood about 8 feet tall. I ran back to the room and hollered for everyone to get out of there. We all dashed in different directions, My friend making their way with me. Hold that thought. I hear something outside of my room. I'll explain more later on. See ya.